I'd like to take a moment to share with you a solid conversation that I had with a new client of mine. It's my hope that what I shared with her is a help to you the way it was to her. She's 29 years old. She's a social worker, no children. And she said to me, she grew up with her mom and dad, but her father was very mentally and emotionally abusive. She said, Doc, not only just to her, but to her brother and to her mom as well. He not only was very abusive in that regard, but anytime they did not do things to his liking, it always caused chaos in their home. She said, Doc, I went to grad school. I've done all of these things educationally, but I lived really the majority of my life, trying to people please in general, but especially please my parents. And I finally believe I healed those wounds, but I'm seeing now in my personal life that now I'm starting to have challenges still with people pleasing as it relates to relationships or anybody close to me or connected to me in any close kind of way. She said, so I'm coming to you because, I understand what it means to do the work, but she said, I believe that even, the counselor needs a counselor, the coach needs a coach, the therapist needs a therapist. And I said to her, I couldn't agree more. I have a lot of clients that work in this space that come to me as one of my clients. And I think it's important that we all get that work. I said, but what specifically are you having challenges with? She said, well, I thought I had, corrected the people pleasing by creating boundaries. So I created boundaries in my life, but I'm discovering that those boundaries aren't as strong as I thought they would be. I said, how do you know this? She said, well, I struggle with carrying the feelings, the pain, the problems of other people. And she said, the thing that I'm noticing that they all carry in common, these people all carry in common, is that these tend to be people who get really close to me. When I first get to engage people, I'm really good at having boundaries, but when people get close to me, it's like I start to just let the guard down. And in letting that guard down through getting close to them, I find myself not having boundaries that should be as strong as they should be. I said, that's a very good way to describe that. And I said, this doesn't sound unfamiliar at all. I said, but your boundaries haven't, again, fixed the people pleasing, correct? She said, no, sir, it hasn't. It hasn't fixed the people pleasing. And I think I'm setting boundaries correctly, but I'm not 100% sure. I said, good. So let's walk through this. I said, this will make for a great conversation. I said, let's talk about boundaries. First of all, boundaries are two-sided fences. And I said, how long have you been following my work? She said, I recently started following. I said, so you may not have seen me discuss this before, but I've talked about boundaries on lives and explain boundaries this way. Look at boundaries as a fence around a house. If boundaries are the fence around your house, that fence has two jobs. Number one, that fence is designed to protect us from the things outside of us, right? Deer, cars, whatever. I said, but also that fence is designed to protect us from us. And that's both sides of boundary setting that a lot of people don't look at. Most people set a boundary and it only relates to how people treat them, right? So they put up a boundary so people can't mistreat them, but it doesn't stop them from being open to the mistreatment again, right? Which means you can have a boundary in your life or think you have a boundary in your life, but still not have the appropriate safeguards in place to stop you from putting yourself in a position to be mistreated. I said, and this is where the two-sided fence comes into play. In fact, I think my last video, I talked about this. But I said to her, so do you have both sides of the fence in place? She said, well, I don't think I struggle with that. She said, I do, hold myself accountable. Obviously I put up safeguards to keep people from mishandling me any kind of way. But I also think that I keep myself out of situations for the most part that allow my boundaries to not be compromised. She said, it's just that when they get close, it's like I lose it. And my guards and my walls start to fall and I'm just open and vulnerable. I said, well, here's the problem that we're missing. I said, so if you've got both sides of the fence, that's good. I said, but boundaries will not fix the patches in your yard. She paused and said, what do you mean? I said, your yard has grass, right? She said, yeah. I said, okay, so then if you've got a fence around the house and that fence is then also surrounding grass that is surrounding your house, you're the house, right? So let's just say symbolically, you're the house. That fence or that boundary is not going to correct the patches in your yard if you have grass patches. Let's say you've got holes or you've got dirt or you've got patches where some is green and some is brown. I said, will the boundary fix that? She said, no. I said, why not? She said, because the grass is my responsibility. I said, oh. I said, so maybe we don't necessarily have a boundary issue as much as we have an empath issue. I said, I'm sure you're familiar with that term, correct? She said, I am. I said, an empath is a person that simply carries the feelings and the behaviors of others and carries them as if they're their own. I said, you can put up boundaries all day, but if you have boundaries in your life, but you're not cutting your grass or taking care of your own lawn, that fence is not going to do anything to make those patches better. I said, and this is what happens when people do utilize boundaries or try to utilize boundaries, but they're still empaths. So that when people get closer to the house, notice this too. If I'm walking outside of your neighborhood and I'm walking past your house, but I cannot get to your house or through the driveway or the walkway leading to your house because there's a what there? She said, a fence. I said, that fence also probably keeps me from seeing what? She said, my yard. I said, and that also keeps me from seeing what? She said, the patches in the grass. I said, exactly. I said, so this should be a reminder that you can have boundaries in your life, but that ain't going to stop you from feeling people's infirmities or people's challenges when they get close to you. I said, the closer we get to the house, the more we're able to see the patches in the yard. And I said, this discomfort that you're feeling about letting your guard down is because you put boundaries up that people have passed. But once you open the gate, they've been able to look down and notice, oh, she's got patches in the yard. And more than that, not only have they been able to notice it, your behavior has been a reflection of such because it's those patches that still need to be mowed. Boundaries will not save your ability or keep you, rather, from feeling the challenges of other people. I said, let's go a little bit further. I said, one of the things that I tell empaths is the best way to save an empath or for an empath to correct that behavior is to learn how to prioritize themselves. The reality is we can put up fences all day, but you're going to have to do some stuff in your own yard to correct your grass so that once people are welcomed into your atmosphere or your environment, they have a healthy space to navigate through. So the reality is you can put up fences all day, but until we fix the patches in the yard, we're still going to feel the challenges of people once they get closer to the house. You're the house. So when people get closer to you or close to you, they're going to be able to feel the things that are going on with you, and you're going to feel the things that are going on with them because you still have yard work to do. And I said, there's really two simple questions you can ask yourself. If you want to learn how to better prioritize you and how you feel and what's best for you, ask yourself two simple questions. One, is being there for them helping you or hurting you? I said, if that question is not enough, ask this question. It's a little bit more complicated, but just as powerful. Does the benefit of helping someone outweigh the cost of helping them? Because anytime the cost of helping someone, being connected to someone, being engaged with someone, being in a relationship with someone, being a friend with someone, anytime the cost of being any of those things to someone is greater than the benefit you are receiving from that connection, you're probably operating in the space of an empath, where you're continuing to pay the cost, but you're not receiving proper benefit. I said, and this is how people end up getting stuck in situations where, they say, Doc, I got boundaries. I've set boundaries. I monitor who gets close to me. But then when I get close to them, then everything just falls apart. That's because you've lost sight of the fact that a fence ain't going to keep your yard green. We still have to do the work to prioritize ourselves first, so that when we prioritize ourselves first, then the boundary that is the fence around our house is just an extra added bonus that says that not only when we allow people to get beyond the fence, to get closer to us, closer to the house, their journey with us or to us is going to be on green grass because we've learned how to prioritize ourselves. And if they don't treat the grass right, if they don't treat the surroundings right, once we've opened up those boundaries, it's easy. We can invite them back outside of the fence. I say, so boundaries won't save an empath. We still have to do the work on ourselves to make sure that we prioritize ourselves to the point where anytime we are engaged with anybody, that the cost of being engaged with them does not outweigh the benefit of being connected to them. She's a great lady. We've been doing some incredible work with one another, and she's just doing really good on her journey. I hope this story made sense. If it did, type church in the comments with 3 R's, and then remember, you've got 2 jobs. 1, be better today than what you were yesterday, and 2, Don't forget what I told you.
What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Zeb. Listen, I've been dying to make this announcement for a very long time now, and I'm pleased to say that Inspire Nation has officially launched. Yes, we finally got a Facebook and YouTube community group where we're going to have exclusive content, exclusive shorts, exclusive discussion prompts, where we're going to engage with other people literally around the world who are on the same healing journey that we're on. I need you to go find these pages right now on Facebook and YouTube. Inspire Nation, follow the page, join the group, introduce yourself, and be prepared to link up with literally thousands of people around the world who are on the same healing journey, who are looking for the same resources, and who want to also be surrounded with other like-minded individuals who are growing in the same direction as you are. I'm so excited about this because it's the beginning of some great things I can't talk about right now. Listen, you got two jobs. One, be better today than what you were yesterday. And two, don't forget what I told you.